Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. What? Oh, this. Oh, yeah. An other yellow hat guy shirt. Yeah, I've had the Captain Sensation shirts for a while, and I decided to make one of these, which is for sale. Just let me know if you are interested in one, and I can have one made for you. As for the design, shout out to Justin Cates, his daughter, who they both watch the channel, been watching the Pokemon videos and other videos on this channel for years. His daughter drew this image here, and I liked it so much, I said, you know what, let me get a shirt of that, and if they're interested, obviously a shirt for them can be made. But I really like this design. I've got a guy who can, print stuff out on shirts and mugs and different things like that. So just, I've said, hey, I could support my viewers who support me and support a small local business. So there you go. Yellow hat guy shirt. So I wanted to get that out of the way first and foremost to show my thanks. I've had this for maybe a week now, and I wanted to surprise them. So if y'all are watching the video, thank you. Now we've got Zarude. I know I'm late. Very Zarude of me to, I'm trying to play off the word rude, to mention it after the fact, but Zarude was here. Should have some video playing right now, showcasing how it was. Now, Zarude cannot be traded. It's like Genesect and Darkrai and Deoxys. Those guys are mythical. I'm not familiar with Zarude at all from the games. I'm not. But evidently other YouTubers, other players have said that this is a really good Pokemon. And when I tested it out in PvP, it is. But here's the caveat though. Can you get a good one? Now they gave you some tasks that were fun. I know my last video, I got off some frustration from, some years with Niantic. But that research was fun. It was short and sweet, and they kept piecemealing little things here and there, and bam, you got Zarude. Now, I also did make that video after I already completed Zarude. I just didn't get around to talking about it. Why? Well, while Zarude is a great Pokemon to have PvP-wise, you're not guaranteed to get a good one. Some people have got 2-star ones and no way to get another one. Maybe something will come back around and maybe Zarude will be in raids and you can get it that way. But for right now, you can't trade it, you can't re-roll it. There's no point in trying to put rare candy into it. Some of you want hundos and things like that. The best that you can hope for is really just a 3-star. I'm sorry, that's really, I would give you mine if we could re-roll them and they could be guaranteed luckies or something like that if we had a luckies or a special trade, but it's not in the cards. So hopefully you got that. Genesect was still out here, is still out here with, just a different weapon attachment. Not really all that exciting. It can't be shiny. I don't know what Niantic is thinking. It was their 5th year birthday, so they had a celebration for that, and they gave you Pokeballs. They also gave you 1 lucky egg, and they may have given you 1 or 2 other things. I say may have because it really wasn't that great for us. Like, if you want people to come out and raid, you got to give passes. They rely a lot of us to spend money on passes. A lucky egg was great, but for 5 years, you should have given us 5 lucky eggs. I like how they gave us 1 lucky egg for their birthday, but you reach level 40, they gave you 4 lucky eggs as if they clued us in that the XP was going to roll over. They didn't until later on, and then it was like, oh, well, I would have told more people to I would have waited to coordinate gifts with people for these best friends if we would have known it was going to roll over. They didn't handle that right. I'm going to keep pointing it out that they didn't handle that right. Some people that saw my video after the fact of it being posted, they were like, you know what, you're right. If they would have done it to where they stretched out the levels, it would have seemed more rewarding. And what it really looks like now is a chore. So But we're still playing. I'm still playing. I have not quit yet. I have no intentions of quitting tomorrow. So, you know, hey, still making videos. Things could change where they change up the game. They change up their tune. And, you know, I still continue. But those are my thoughts with it right now. I got a couple Genesect. Done with that. Not really interested in doing that any further, save for just using my passes. Rufflet is out, and that seems a little more interesting simply because, hey, you can do it by yourself. And it can be shiny. Why not get a shiny Rufflet over, you know, a non-shiny Genesect? You've got plenty of Genesect candied. Probably already have a hundo. Unless you really want a hundo with this new form, not even new form, but new variant, have at it. So Jesse and James have come back. And they're in for this whole, you know, Pokemon movie celebration. I may have mentioned that in another video, but that's why they're back out. I always like having them around. They should have been in the game from the jump. So I don't know how that works, where they have to seek permission and, you know, borrow those characters for a certain time. I don't know if they have to pay the Pokemon company and Game Freak, you know, a licensing fee. I don't know how all that works, but instead of being in the game permanently, they're there for a limited time. I really think that they should be like challengers that when you're, you know, let's say you battle 5 or 6 human players, boom, Jesse and James. You do that, boom, eventually you get Giovanni. And that's really what it should be, you know. But hey, moving on from that, here's the title video. Duskull Community Day. So I combined that with the Zarude stuff, obviously because the Zarude stuff is already passed. But I'm not really all that enthralled with Duskull Community Day. I am playing. I do have my, you know, Gacha Evolve playing right now as I sit here and make this video. But I got 2 shinies. And that's really all that I needed. I had to clear out some space. I had to do that because your boy only had 2 spots left in my inventory. So I'm on here on Pokemon Home in the background here, and I transferred, you know, a dozen or so Pokemon and then moved them from Pokemon Home to my Pokemon Sword game because I got to also make room for Brilliant Diamond and the Pearl game. So looking forward to all of that in the next few weeks. And there's no shortcuts. I wish I could just play with some of the legendaries that I transferred, but there's a clear block on that. We're still waiting on Pokemon Sleep, by the way, but hey, that's another video. But yeah, I got a couple shinies. I got some really good Duskulls, and finally a reason to get rid of these Sinnoh Stones. Sinnoh Stones used to be the cream of the crop. You know, it's like, oh, I got a Sinnoh Stone, yay! 7-day streak, Sinnoh Stone, yay! Now it's like, man, I just got to delete some of these. What can I use these on? They're not good for any of the Pokemon that I need anymore, you know? So there's a reason there. If you just want to have an army of Dusknoir, have at it. Me personally, I'm looking at it from a vantage point of, I'm still playing it right now as we record, even though I'm done with it. The Stardust, 300 Stardust per catch. So your boy finally got above 7 million Stardust again. Should have been there already. So we're putting in the work right now to get towards 8 million. And we'll eventually get to 10 million. So that's where we're at right here, right now, today. I've got nothing else really to report for you. So we'll see what comes up. I know Genesect's supposed to move on, and then we're supposed to go to, you know, a different legendary. So I am looking forward to that. I know eventually you'll get Absol and, you know, a couple other these ghost-themed Pokemon coming around the way as well. So maybe there's stuff that we don't know that Niantic does, and that can salvage a community day, but I didn't really do much. I rode around a couple parking lots, got the 1 or 2 Duskulls just to have to go with the other shiny that I had. I evolved my really good Duskulls to Dusknoir. I had a 100% CP one, or CP one, 100% IV one that I just said, you know what, just take it all the way. It's doing nothing for me just being a hundo. It does nothing for me just being a hundo Duskull, but a hundo Dusk Noir that I could PvP with and also have an exclusive move with. That's a lot better than just, you know, sitting there being a trophy. So I did do that before I relegated myself to just using the gotcha. So that out of the way, I hope you guys are having a good time. Hopefully you have stuff that you're watching on TV that could be more interesting. You've got some snapshots that you can take. Let's actually do that. So I've already caught quite a dozen of these Duskulls. So I have no more space. So what the game is telling me is, hey bro, go ahead and make room. So we'll do that on camera while I'm here. You won't see it, but I'm going to do that on here. But it says, hey, snapshots. So let's take a snapshot and just do that, just to see if that increases my rate of... Oh, so more Duskulls do come out. So there's that. And doing the research, I did get a shiny. So one of the shinies that I got was from the research. That almost never happens. Some of you are still stuck on the make 5 greats in a row. I encourage you to just do a legendary. Just do a Genesect. Give it the Nanab to keep it from jumping, because it feels like they've programmed them to keep jumping during this research. But that's my advice. That's all I can tell you to do. It's not one of those researches that goes away. So, you know, if you're trying to get the Go Fest bonus there, maybe just don't touch any Pokemon until you are near a legendary, or use a gotcha or something like that to catch Pokemon. It's one of those things where it's not hard when you don't need it, but when you really need it, the pressure's on. You get all this little sweat around your fingertips, you know, and then you're just like, oh, it moved. Oh, we got to start all over again. So good luck with all of that. It's like a Squid Game, you know. You're just like, oh, red light, green light. Those of you who've seen it know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to end the video here. Love you guys. This is like a Halloween month, video game wise for me. For the other stuff I stream on the channel, I should say. So we will be playing some Metroid Dread. Not necessarily spooky, but there'll be some scary stuff in there. Playing some more Deltarune. I will be streaming that. But and Resident Evil 3, well, you'll finally see that years later. I think the game came out 2020, maybe 2019. You'll finally see that all of that will be on Twitch, but Metroid Dread I'll probably put on YouTube. And we'll probably do the Halloween event. We'll showcase some of that on here, if not just the Halloween video. So love you guys. Hit me up if you're interested in the shirt. Hit me up if you're interested in a raid chat. Remember, this is a chat where we encourage everybody to share what they see, even if they're not going to do the raid. Just, hey, here's something I saw. If people want it, invite those folks, and you can jump out. Also a good way to build up friendship, because you're eventually going to need a whole bunch of friends to get XP to get to this level 50. So keep all that stuff in mind as we go forward and continue throughout the year. This one's almost over. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. All the yellow hat guys out. Captain Sensation!